Jean Delay was a French psychiatrist, neurologist, writer, and a member of the Académie française. His assistant Pierre Deniker conducted a test of chlorpromazine on the male mental ward where Delay worked, and the two published the findings in 1952. Chlorpromazine turned out to be the first effective drug treatment for mental illness, and it had a profound effect on the mentally ill and mental asylums. In 1968 to 1970, student revolutionaries attacked his offices, and Delay was forced into retirement from medicine. In later life, he lived as a writer, family and education, the son of Maurice Delay, a successful surgeon and mayor of Bayonne. At age 14, Delay earned a baccalaureate in philosophy. He studied medicine in Paris. After studying in hospitals for 20 years, especially the teaching of Pierre Deniker and Georges Dumas, he turned to psychiatry. He also specialized in neurology at the Salpêtrière. He wrote his doctoral thesis on stereognosis in 1935. He then undertook the study at the Sorbonne, and in 1942 wrote his thesis on diseases of memory. He received degrees in medicine, literature, and philosophy. Jean Delay was the father of Florence Delay, of the Académie française, and of Fr. Claude Delay, novelist and psychoanalyst. Career. He received training in the psychiatry clinic of Henry at the Fr. Centre Hospitalier Sainte-Anne. There he became the chair of the Clinic of Mental Illness in 1946. He remained at the hospital until 1970, when he retired from medicine. With Delay organized the First World Congress of Psychiatry and founded the World Psychiatric Association. Today, the WPA awards a Jean Delay Prize every 3 years. Delay twice served as president of the WPA, and also as president of the French Language Congress of Neurology and Psychiatry, the Société Médico-Psychologique, the International Congress of Psychosomatic Medicine, and the Collegium Internationale Neuropsychopharmacologicum. He was elected to the National Academy of Medicine in 1955. He and the Soviet delegation examined Rudolf Hess during the Nuremberg trials, and found hysterical amnesia but not insanity in the strict sense. During his scientific career, Delay published more than 700 articles in over 40 books. In 1957, he developed with his assistant Pierre Deniker a classification of drugs that was validated by the World Congress of Psychiatry in 1961. Drug studies. Delay pioneered research on drugs including LSD, mescaline, and psilocybin. Delay's name came first on these papers in part because he was the leader of a department with strong hierarchy. Delay's team studied isoniazid and its effect on depression around 1952. Delay discovered, jointly with J. M. Hull and Pierre Deniker, who was Delay's co-worker and also a psychiatrist, that chlorpromazine, the first neuroleptic, produced a considerable reduction in the agitation and aggression of those patients with symptoms of schizophrenia. Known first as a ganglioplegic, he first called the drug neuroplegic, then finally a neuroleptic. Deniker, with Hull and Delay, published the success with chlorpromazine in May 1952. Chlorpromazine reached common use by 1957 worldwide, except in the United States, where drugs were considered less useful than psychodynamic therapy. While this was not his most important scientific contribution, it became the most famous. It was, however, Deniker who shared the prestigious Lasker D. Bakey Clinical Medical Research Award with Henry Labrat and Heinz Lehmann in 1957. As explained in the American Journal of Psychiatry and elsewhere, no one won a Nobel Prize for the discovery. Student Revolution. In May 1968, a group of about 500 revolutionary student followers of Leon Trotsky professing anti-psychiatry attacked his offices. The students felt that chemicals were straitjackets and demanded that psychiatry be removed from medicine. Within 2 years they forced Delay's retirement. He decided to work on literature, which was his first love. Awards: Commander of the Legion of Honor, Commander of the Ordre des Arts et des Lettres, Grand Officer of the National Order of Merit, Commander of the Ordre de la Santé Publique. Elected to the Académie française in 1959, succeeding Georges Lecomte. Works: Les Dissolutions de la Mémoire, prefaced by Pierre Deniker, 1942, puf. Brain Waves and Psychology, Presses Universitaires de France, 1942. The Dissolution of Memory, foreword by Pierre Deniker, Presses Universitaires de France, 1942. The Grey City, Romance, Flammarion, 1946. The Relaxing Novel, Gallimard, 1947. Nameless Men, News, Gallimard, 1948. Medical Psychology Studies, Presses Universitaires de France, 1953. Youthgiddy, Gallimard, 1956-1957. Brain Electricity, Presses Universitaires de France, 1973. Before Memory, Gallimard, 1979. Fourth Prize Pierre Lefeu Foundation, 1980. The Yucca Grid Story, Gallimard, 1988. Pico Concerto Mari.